ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಹೊಸ ಹಾದಿಯಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ ಸಂತಸದಿ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ.
Yes, sir. Yes, teacher. Present, ma'am.
Hello dear students, how are you? How do you feel? I hope you are doing well. Today I am going to take you a new lesson from 8th standard second language English. The topic name Sir C.V. Raman. Okay dear students, before going to start the lesson, shall we have a small listening activity? The listening activity is that you have to listen to the audio carefully, then after the question. Okay, shall we move on to that?
Bhaskara II was a famous scientist and a great poet too. He was a Kannadiga, born in Vijayapura. His father, Maheshwaropadhyaya, was a learned mathematician. Bhaskara's first teacher was his own father. Bhaskara invented Kalachakra, the time clock.
Okay dear students, I hope you all listened the audio clip very well. Now I am going to ask you some questions. Let's move on to the question. First question, can you answer the question? Okay, where was Bhaskara born? Do you know the answer? Yes, your answer is right. Bhaskara was born on Vijayapura. Second question, who was his father? Answer is, his father was Maheshwaropadhyaya. Next question, why do we Kannadigas feel proud of Bhaskara? Do you know the answer? Your answer is right. Because Bhaskara was a Kannadiga. Let's go move on to the next question. Who taught him mathematics first? Have you found the answer? Yes, his father taught him mathematics first. Next question is, what was Bhaskara's invention? Bhaskara's invention is Kalachakra, the time clock. Thank you students, given your answer very well. So let's move on to the next task. Look at the picture of the great scientists and identify them. Okay, first picture. Who is the scientist? Yes, Sir Isaac Newton. This is the picture of Sir Isaac Newton. Let's go to the next image. Identify the scientist. Marie Curie. Next image. Who is the scientist? Can you guess? He might be Indian. Yes, definitely right. You are right. Homi Jahangir Baba. Let's go to the another image. He is also an Indian scientist. The name Vikram Sarabhai. Let's move on to the next image. Can you guess who is he? J.C. Bose. Let's go to another image of a scientist. James Watt. Okay, I hope you participated well in this activity. Let's move on to the another activity which is related to these scientists only. Match the names of the scientists with their field of work. One side we have the names of the scientists, another side we have the contribution of these scientists. You are going to match their contribution with scientists. Can you do it? Let's check the answer. Okay. First one, Homi Jahangir Baba, nuclear physics. Next one. Sir Isaac Newton, laws of motion. Let's check another answer. James Watt, steam engine. Yes. Marie Curie, radioactivity. Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, space science. And finally, J.C. Bose, plant science. Okay, students, you have participated well in all these listening and reading activity. Let us move on to the text directly. So, Chandrasekhara Venkata Raman is familiarly known as Sir C.V. Raman. Here is an introduction about Sir C.V. Raman. Just watch me. I am going to read the introduction one more time. After the introduction, you are going to watch the paragraphs which is given in your textbook and follow my reading, then underline the difficult words. Afterwards, I will give you the meaning of the new words. Let us move on to the introductory part. Sir C.V. Raman was a great scientist. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for his work on scattering of light. His discovery of the effect of light rays, that is called Raman effect. The government gifted him 25 acres of land to carry out further experiments, further research work. Raman Institute was the dream child of Sir C.V. Raman. This is all about the introductory part. First open your textbook and watch. Sir C.V. Raman was born on November 7, 1888 in Trichy. He was the son of Chandrasekhara Iyer and Parvati Ammal. Chandrasekhara Iyer was a professor of physics at Hindu College, Visakhapatnam. Raman studied there at the Hindu College High School. He was very much interested in science from his boyhood days. Even as a boy, he had made the model of a dynamo. During his school days, he borrowed science books from college students and read them. Thus, from his early days, he showed great interest in science. Unfortunately, he used to fall sick every now and then, and he was not able to attend school regularly. In spite of his poor health, he got first class in his matriculation examination when he was only a boy of 12. He passed the intermediate examination from Hindu College and joined Presidency College, Madras for his BA. His relatives wanted him to give up science and take history and economics as his special subjects for BA. Since Raman had made up his mind to study science, he took physics. He passed his BA, securing the first rank and a number of prizes. He passed his MA Physics in January 1907. After his MA, Raman wanted to go to the United Kingdom for higher studies in science, but his health broke down again and he could not go. This was the greatest disappointment in his life. His relatives asked him to give up his study of science and take a competitive examination in Calcutta in history and economics. Raman did so and got along well with his new subjects. He got the first place in the competitive examinations and was appointed Deputy Accountant General in 1907 at Calcutta. His relatives perhaps felt happy to see that
Raman had settled down well in life, but Raman was not happy. How could a scientist like Raman put up with the life of a deputy accountant general? He felt like a fish out of water in his new post, but he still had hopes of becoming a scientist and was waiting for an opportunity. Even as Deputy Accountant General, Raman mixed with scientists and took interest in science. One day, while returning from his office, he saw a banner outside a building on which was printed the Indian Association of Scientists. At the sight of that banner, Raman got off the moving train and went to meet the scientists who had gathered in that building. Sometime later, when he was in Rangoon, he learned that an institution had bought a piece of modern scientific apparatus. He hurriedly put on his clothes and went to have a look at it. Such was the interest he had in science.
Students, I hope you followed the text carefully. Next part of the lesson, glossary and usage. So, I hope you underline these words in your textbook. Let's go and check their spelling. Boyhood, which means childhood. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಲ್ಯ ಜೀವನ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Robert spent his boyhood with his grandfather. Next word, unfortunately, which means sadly, unluckily, ದುರಾದೃಷ್ಟದಿಂದ. Unfortunately, the trip was cancelled, so Ramya felt sad. Give up, leave, stop, ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸು ಅಂತ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The usage of the word give up is never give up, try and try again. So Trichy, it was the name of Tiruchirappalli. Once it was called Trichy, in a town in Tamil Nadu. This is the map of Tamil Nadu, and we can see place Trichy, which is animated. So here are the images of dynamo. So even as a boy, Raman had made the model of a dynamo. So ಒಬ್ಬ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಬಾಲಕನಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗಲೇ ರಾಮನ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟನ್ನು, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಸಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ರು. ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಡೈನಮೋ ಮಾಡೆಲನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮ್ ಇಮೇಜಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈನಮೋಸ್. ಹಿಂದೂ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ವಿಶಾಖಪಟ್ಟಣ, ದ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ನೇಮ್ ಮಿಸಸ್ AVN ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ವಿಶಾಖಪಟ್ಟಣಂ. ಸೊ ಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, which is equivalent to present first PUC. ಈಗಿನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PUC ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು that time it was called matriculation. Intermediate, so present second PUC. Secure, which means obtain, ಪಡೆಯುವುದು, ಗಳಿಸುವುದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಬ್ರಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್, BA, which means Bachelor of Arts, MA, Master of Arts. Let's move on to the another slide. Broke down, which means unstable, collapsed, ಹದಗೆಡು ಅಂದರೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹದಗೆಡೋದು. ರಾಮನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬ್ರೋಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಗೈನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ರಾಮನವರ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಹದಗೆಡ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೆಟಲ್ ಡೌನ್, ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್, ಒಂದು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಉನ್ನತವಾದ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಾಗಿ ಬದುಕೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೆಟಲ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಎ ಫಿಶ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಫೀಲ್ ಅನ್ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ತನ್ನ ಸ್ವಾಭಾವಿಕ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾರಲ್ವ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎ ಫಿಶ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಸಂಕಟ ಪಡುವ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಮೀನನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವಾಟರ್, ಹೌ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಫೀಲ್? ಇಟ್ ಫೀಲ್ uncomfortable. In the same manner, Raman was also felt uncomfortable, a fish out of water, when he was appointed as Deputy Accountant General. Actually, he wanted to become a scientist, but he was appointed as Deputy Accountant General. Next, so banner, a large piece of cloth with a slogan or emblem. So banner, in those days, generally banners were made up of cloth, but nowadays we are using flex and plastic instead of banner. Scientific apparatus, which means tools or instrument which related to science. We can see many scientific apparatures in the science lab. ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಪರೇಚರ್ಸನ್ನು, ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಸಾಮಗ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು, ಮಾದರಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಪರೇಚರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. Check your comprehension. Students, let's move on to the next part. Check your comprehension. You are going to answer these questions, as many as possible. Okay. When was Raman born? Answer is, Sir C.V. Raman was born on November 7, 1888. Next question. Who were Raman's parents? Raman's parents. ಪೋಷಕರು, ರಾಮನ್ನವರ ಪೋಷಕರು, ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್. Raman's parents were Chandrasekhara Iyer and Parvati Ammal. Let's move on to the next question. In which subject was Raman interested as a boy? ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು? Yes, he was interested in science even as a boy. Why was Raman unable to attend school regularly? ಯಾಕೆ ರಾಮನ್ ಅವರು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ? Because he used to fall sick every now and then, so he unable to attend the school regularly. So because of his health reason, even as a boy, he used to fall sick every now and then, means regularly or repeatedly. Which college did Raman join for his BA? Which college, can you tell? Can you tell the answer? So here is the answer. Presidency College, Madras. The present name of Madras is Chennai. Let's observe the word grade and trying to find the answer in that word grade. Where was Sir C.V. Raman born? So where is the answer? You can search. Yes, here is the answer, Trichy. Next question. Even as a boy, Raman had made the model of a dynamo, but here where is the dynamo? You can search. Here is the word dynamo. Let's move on to the next question. What subject did his relatives advise him to take for BA? Raman's relatives advised him to take 2 subjects for his BA. ಅಂದರೆ ರಾಮನ್ ಅವರ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಕರು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೀನು 2 ಸುಲಭವಾದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಓದು, ಅದರಿಂದ ನೀನು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ 2 ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್? ಎಸ್, ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟರಿ. ರಾಮನ್ ಟುಕ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಸ್ BA. ಅವರ BA-ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ರಾಮನ್? ರಾಮನ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಸ್ BA. What did Raman's relatives ask him to? His relatives asked him to give up science and take a competitive examination in history and economics. So ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಆಗಲೇ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಅಗೈನ್ his relatives advised him. ರಾಮನ್ ಅವರ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಕರು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, you can take history and economics and take competitive examination and you will get good post. So these were the suggestions made by the relatives of Sir C.V. Raman. Why did Raman feel like a fish out of water? Why did Raman feel like a fish out of water? So do you know, again it is repeated, a fish out of water. So ಸಂಕಟ ಪಡುವ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ. Why did Raman feel like a fish out of water? because he wanted to become scientist, but he was appointed as the deputy accountant general, so he felt like a fish out of water. ಅವರು ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ he was appointed deputy accountant general. He felt like a fish out of water. This is just look at the phrase, it is highlighted in red color. So it is also an example of figure of speech, simile. Okay, it is an example to simile. What is simile? ಏನು simile ಅಂದ್ರೆ? It is a figure of speech, alankara. Let's move on to the another question. What did Raman see when he was traveling by a train? He was working in Calcutta as the deputy accountant general. So he saw something when he was traveling by train. What did he saw? ಏನನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು? Yes, the answer is Raman saw a banner on which was printed the Indian Association of Scientists. ಅವರು ಟ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಬರೆದಿತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾನರಲ್ಲಿ, ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಈ ಡೂ? ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು? ಈ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಜಂಪ್ಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟ್ರೈನ್, ವೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಹೂ ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈನನ್ನು ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗೋದಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ he had such a great interest in science and about scientists. Let's move on to the next one. How did Raman react when he hear the news related to science? Science ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ರಾಮನ್. So how did he react? When he was in Rangoon, he hurriedly put on his clothes and went to have a look at the scientific apparatus. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆನಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬಂದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಪರೇಚಸ್ನ. ಸೊ ಈ ಹರಿಡ್ಲಿ ಪುಟ್ ಆನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾತ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆಂಟ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಟೂಲ್. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ವೊಕ್ಯಾಬ್ಯುಲರಿ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್, ಡಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ವೊಕ್ಯಾಬ್ಯುಲರಿ, ದ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್? ಎ ವರ್ಡ್ ಆರ್ ಎ ಲೆಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಡೆಡ್ ಟು ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ವರ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಫಿಕ್ಸ್. Let's see some prefixes. So these are the examples, these are the some prefixes. We are using these prefixes to get negative meaning. So there are many prefixes are there. So but particularly at that time, now I am going to choose, I am going to explain you about these prefixes which are giving the opposite meaning. So interesting, uninteresting, correct, incorrect, pure, impure, honest, dishonest, regular, irregular. So these are the some prefixes we have used to get opposites. The prefix ir in its opposite. Okay, can you try it? Can you find it? Find out the word. Here is the answer. Regular. The word regular takes prefix ir in its opposite. Okay. Find out the word which takes the prefix un. Can you guess which word? It is in the middle, third one, third row. Happy. The word happy takes the word prefix un in its opposite meaning. Let's move on to the next slide, our grammar section, simple present tense. When do we use, can you guess? We use simple present tense to express generalizations, to express facts or common ideas. Okay, or you can call universal truth or generalization, both are same. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಇವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಚುಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ನಮ್ಮ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯದ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಚುಯಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೂ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ದ ಸನ್ ರೈಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಈಸ್ಟ್. ಏನಿದು? ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಲ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್. ಓಕೆ, sun, every day sun rises in the east and sun sets in the west. So it is a universal truth. So we use simple present tense to express this kind of sentences. So that while expressing facts we use simple present tense. Just observe flows, and in the previous slide rises, and London is in England. Okay. Cats like to drink milk. Just observe the verb like. This is also V1 form. So we use this V1 form and VS form of verbs in simple present tense. And habitual actions also expressed in simple present tense. My grandfather walks in the morning. Okay. Suresh goes to school by bike. This is also habitual action. I drink coffee every morning. This is another habitual action. She gets up early in the everyday practice or habitual action. And future events and future plans are also expressed in simple present tense. The train leaves in 10 minutes. Oh, it is planned or future event. The chief minister visits tomorrow. They leave Bengaluru on 25th of this month. So we can find the verbs which are used in these sentences are all either V1 form or V plus ES form or V plus S form. Okay. Home assignments. Can we move on to the home assignment? The first question is, how can you say that Raman had great interest in science? What was the Raman's first disappointment in his life? Let's move on to the third question. Write the correct prefixes for the following words to get their negatives. Popular, agree, behave, legal, mature, polite, direct. So these are the words. Students, before going to stop my class, I am going to give some information regarding this subject and this lesson. Please turn over the page of your English text, page number 17, and there is a QR code on the top of the page. You just scan the QR code and you will get the lesson, the exercises, the notes and question answers. Even this video also available when you scan this QR code. I hope you are all enjoyed the class, and this is Lakshmikanta MH, Assistant Master from Government Junior College Sira, Madhugiri Education District. We will meet in the next class. Until then, goodbye. Thank you all.
ಅನುದಿನ ಅನುಕ್ಷಣ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಹೊಸ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೊತೆಗೂಡಿ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಹಾಕೋಣ.